Welcome to today's video. If you don't know who I am, my name's Sydney. I like to read, obviously, I guess. But today, if you couldn't tell from the title, I'm going to be attempting another 24-hour readathon. Basically, I was already planning to do a 24-hour readathon again, like today, February 19th, Monday, February 19th, until tomorrow, Tuesday, February 20th. But I'm determined to successfully read more than one book in the 24-hour span, and I think I have a better chance of that. I just need to really get it started. So it's 12:25 p.m. on Monday, February 19th, and basically I've had a few books planned for this readathon since I did my last one. I've had, honestly, one main one, and that's one of the ones that is obviously that I have here today, and I'll get to it in a second. Actually, let me just get into it. The main guide, the thing I was gonna say is that then I have two books that I'm gonna be opening because I ordered them and they just came in today. So I thought it'd be fun to just like unbox them together rather than having them open already. So we'll get to those, and there's a little bit of backstory on those. But the first book that I have is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the first book. Well, I've been seeing it around. If you don't know, Jennifer Lynn Barnes wrote the Inheritance Games trilogy, which has been like insanely popular for the past 2 years or something. I read it last year. I must have read it last year, the first book. I read just the Inheritance Games, and I honestly didn't really like it. I was in a bit of a reading slump, but it didn't do anything for me. I thought it was kind of entertaining. I was intrigued to see what would happen, but I felt like the setting wasn't utilized very well, like the mansion, and I didn't really care about the romance that was happening. So like, people say it gives Knives Out vibes, but like not enough. But this is a series of books that she wrote before the Inheritance Games, and this is about like a group of teenage like criminal masterminds. A lot of people compare it to Criminal Minds. There's the connection, but the main character, she's good at reading people, and there's stuff with serial killers in this, so that sounds very interesting to me, and I feel like this would just be really fast-paced. I'm interested to see if I would like another Jennifer Lynn Barnes like upon revisiting her books, especially because this one's first. Like, I don't know, it could be worse than the Inheritance Games because it was first, or it could be better because it was a different style. But this is only like 300 pages, and that is just like very short, very fast. Like, I feel like this would be really good for a readathon, and I just keep flopping it. This is obviously the old cover. I have it from the library because I was not gonna buy it in case I didn't like it. Also, I've just been utilizing my library like a madman. I have like 14 books out from the library right now. It's kind of insane, and I've read 3 of them. Yeah. Let's get into the unboxing. I have 2 more. I have 2 to open, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to one of the other ones. So these 2 books are in the same series. They're actually the 2nd and 4th book. And if I have my last video posted, and if you would have watched it, that's a hint to what these books are, because I read the first 2 books in this series in that video. But let's get to opening it. Perfect, I opened the 3rd book. Perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The first book that I'm opening, and one of the other books that I absolutely plan on getting to, is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is the 3rd book in the Raven cycle. I read The Raven Boys and The Dream Thieves in my last video that I filmed, which was swapping my screen time for reading time, because I borrowed The Raven Boys from my friend, and I've read it before. I read it when I was a teenager, and I liked it. Sorry, there was something on my lip. But I also like kind of was underwhelmed by it, but I ended up giving it 5 stars because it just like, it did what it had to do, and I loved the setting, I loved the characters, I really loved like the culmination of everything that was starting to happen and the development of like the relationships between the characters. And then after I read The Raven Boys, because I read it really quickly within the like time span, I just like didn't want to move on from the story, so I ended up picking up The Dream Thieves from the library, and I read that pretty quickly as well, and I also gave it 5 stars. But I bought Blue Lily, Lily Blue, so I don't even own the first 2 books. I'll get them eventually, but I'm just like, I just know that I could read these really quickly because I was able to read those 2 books really quickly. Like, this series is just like really captivating. I get very invested in the story, and I'm so intrigued to see what's gonna happen going farther into oh sorry, I just looked at the prologue and I'm like, anyway, I could read these books in about like 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, so that's pretty good. And that's enough time. I am really, really enjoying being in this world and learning about these characters. In this one, since I already said I got the 3rd and 4th books in a series, that means that this is This is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater as well. Love this cover too. But this is the 4th book, and I obviously just, you know, want to continue this series. These are the main events here and now. I'm going to be starting my readathon at 1 p.m. So I will get back to you when we get started. First update. I am officially halfway through the naturals. It has been just under 2 hours. Oh, just about 2 hours. I think it's still just under. I kind of started the timer at 1:06, so it's fine. So yeah, we're just under 2 hours in, and I'm halfway through the naturals. It's so easy to read and so fast-paced. This is honestly younger YA vibes, I think. So I mean, I gave you a synopsis, but Cassie is a 17-year-old whose mother was potentially murdered. There was like blood everywhere, and it's her mother's blood. Oh frick, my battery's dying. Of course, give me 1 second. So what I was saying was, what was I saying? Why is my door open? I thought I closed it. Cassie, the main character, her mother was potentially murdered. The crime scene was like full of her blood, and like so much that she shouldn't have survived, but they never found her body. So right now we're thinking she's murdered. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the fact that there's no body, she's probably not. It's extremely, like, it's very YA, which I don't have a problem with, but I know it's not gonna be very high rated because I just like, it's just too young for me. But also it's very like CW vibes. Like, I don't know, it's very, I don't know what kind of word to use. It's kind of like, it's very popcorn book, like a popcorn movie, you know, just like very easy to digest, very easy to consume, but also nothing very deep or complex about it. That's the word I'm looking for. There's nothing like super complex about it. I'll probably just get back to you when I finish, because I don't really know that I have that many thoughts. Like there aren't really a lot of things for me to say about this book. Hey, I'm back with the same update I gave in my last 24-hour readathon. It's 5:12. It's been about 5 hours. Wait, what? That's not. It's been about 4 hours. I don't even remember how to do math. It's been about 4 hours and 6 minutes since I started the 24-hour readathon. You can hear it in my voice. I fell asleep for about 30-40 minutes, and I had the craziest dream that I'm not gonna go into at all because it was actually really weird. I'm on page 234 of the naturals. I was literally the last clip that you saw. Actually, there might be a portion of it where I was falling asleep in it. I'm gonna get to reading because I just want to finish the book now. But honestly, it's picked up a lot. Like, the actual premise, I'm not super surprised. Not that I'm not, actually, I mean, I wasn't sure where the actual serial killer, like, in this book, or like what the main mystery was, because we were really setting up for the first like half of the book. We were just setting up the characters and setting up their abilities, setting up what they're good at, their like natural talent, and then we got into like what the main plot is going to be. And I'm more intrigued than I thought I would be. Like, I'm actually very much compelled by this, and I think it's good. I think it's pretty good, actually. Let me just get back to reading. It's 5:20. I want to finish my first book, and then we can move on to, I think, probably Blue Lily, Lily Blue, which I already was planning on, but I do want like a fantasy. Anyway, bye. Finished at 5 hours and 19 minutes. I finally finished my first book. Oh, I'm too zoomed in. One sec. Finally finished my first book, and I actually really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to continue with the series. I don't know when though. Like, I don't really know if I have desire to pick it up like super soon. Like, I feel like I could maybe just pick up the second book for another readathon, because it's so freaking fast-paced and so easy to read. I know the books get longer as the series goes on, but I really like the way that Jennifer Lynn Barnes did craft this case. It was really fun. Like, it was really fun to follow, and the beginning was a little bit rougher to get into. Not that it was hard to get into anything. Like I said, like, it was really easy to get into the story, and like it was just so easy to read and so fast-paced, and like everything moved very quickly. Like, that's what felt so much younger, because everything was like fast. Like, it's trying to get you into it and like get you into the story and like the main meat. But once we got into the actual case and the actual like murders, the first half was rough because it just felt super like juvenile, which wasn't bad, but it also felt very predictable. It just felt so like CW, like teen show. Like, this would have been ABC Family. No, this would have been perfect on ABC Family. Pretty Little Liars vibes. Like, this would have been good, and I would have eaten it the frick up when I was in middle school. Like, I was obsessed with Pretty Little Liars when I was in middle school. Yeah, not that, and I don't think it's bad, but I'm 24. Like, I'm a little old for those vibes. But once it started to get into the murders and the crime aspect, because the issue with it feeling very young is that they all are like perfect at what they do, which obviously is the point. They're like naturals, like they're supposed to literally be like naturally great at what they do, but it was just like every little thing that they were doing, it's like, oh, I know this exact thing about you, and like, you know, because that made sense. But I actually really enjoyed this, and I definitely liked this more than the Inheritance games. This was good. I actually had a lot of fun with it, and I don't know, I'm kind of between like a 3.75 and a 4. But yeah, book 1 done. Yes! Let's move on to Blue Lily, Lily Blue. Like I said, book 3 in the Raven cycle. I'm very excited to get into this. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say right now. Like, I think I just need to get into my next read. I feel like I need something else. Like, I feel like I need to like change my location, but I don't really want to read not in my room. Let's just get into it. Alright, got the 5 Seconds of Summer shirt on. Got sweat shorts on. Changed out of my sweatpants and put on my sweat shorts. Ow! I didn't know I could hurt my nail that badly. Anyway, I'm hitting a bit of a wall. I'm 104 pages into Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and I'm very much enjoying this. I'm loving like the vibes of where the story's going. I can't really say much because we're like, this is the 3rd book in the series. And that's all I really have to say. But my 2 things, 3 things, a few things. I'm enjoying this, but I'm at a point where like my focus is not very good. And I haven't been reading for the whole time that I have not updated. It's currently 9:55, almost 10 p.m. And to be honest, I spent 30 to 40 minutes on TikTok. I don't have TikTok on my phone ever, and then today I re-downloaded it. For what reason? I don't know. We're almost 9 hours in. I've only completed 1 book and 100 pages of this book. I should definitely be farther into this. I want to keep reading, but the things I'm enjoying it, but like like I said, I'm at a place where like my focus is not very good, and I don't want to do that to this book. Like so I want to do this book justice and like read it. Okay, and read it where I'm actually like giving it my full focus and attention, and I'm really like feeling the things that are happening. Here we are with books all up in my lap to choose from. This feels wrong. It's not right. It's not exactly right. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. This is not right. Something's wrong here. I don't know. Did I fix it? Probably not. That feels so. This is so wrong. Is it just too close? Yo. This one's so hard to get. Is it just tilted down too much still? That's probably. What are we even doing? What are we even doing? This is way harder than it should be. Can we stop following? That's really great. Anyway, I think this angle's fine. I don't know what I was just saying. What if I just did that? What if I could do that? I can't. Are we already getting into like losing it territory? That's a possibility. I'll let you know when I decide what I'm doing. After I last updated, and I didn't read that much. Good morning. I have some cereal here. I have the worst update ever. I thought I failed my last reading challenge, my last readathon. It's nothing compared to this. I say this and like the time's not really up yet, but I've already failed. I fell asleep soon after we last spoke, I think. I don't even remember the last time I updated, but I definitely fell asleep either at 1 or like a little before 1 a.m. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll properly get back to you. Oh, I have 4% battery. Ugh. I did pause the timer last night. I don't even know what time. Probably in the midnight hour. At around like 9 hours and something. Probably about 9 hours. And then I started again this morning and I literally kept pausing and playing and pausing and starting and like picking up my book and then putting them down because I kept reading more of Caraval and I kept reading more Blue Lily, Lily Blue. I don't know what is going on with me right now, but I cannot focus. None of these books are calling out to me. I'm really liking Blue Lily, Lily Blue, but for some reason it's just like not what I want to sit down and read for like hours. And Caraval, I'm having a hard time with that too. Well, it's also like not bad, but I don't care enough right now. I don't know, I'm just like so lost. And this video is already a fail. I already failed. Like I failed severely. Like if I start the timer, I still have 14 hours. I literally slept with all of these books just like on my bed. Just like, I don't know if I feel like picking up any of them, but it was so hard for me to like start any book. I'm also just like so tired. I woke up at 6 and then that's when I got up and started picking up the other books and like trying to read them. Also, my camera battery was dying this morning when I tried filming some clips and I was just like too tired to get out of bed. But I did get up to change the battery. But then when I sat down, the battery still said okay. Bless you, Felix. The battery said like halfway charged, and then it said it was dying. And I don't know if I accidentally like didn't change the battery. Like, I don't know. I think it's possible I got up, opened up my camera, and then didn't change the battery. I don't know. Because then, as I was looking and I saw the battery that I was charging, it said fully charged, and I was like, wait, but I just put that one in, and that one was dying. And then I switched it again. And now this one, my camera has full battery. And then the one that's charging is still like not full. But I'm so lost and confused. I low-key just want to go to Barnes & Noble and like look at books. But also, am I like just burning myself out? Like, I also have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Like, should I pick that up? I'm not starting the timer until I read again. Just because I really do, like, I want to use up my time, like, genuinely. Because I could read literally like 2 more books. I feel like I just need to give my brain like a second. Even though I've been giving my brain a second, I've been doing other things. I don't know, these past like 24 hours, I feel like I've done both nothing and so much. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble. It's 9:02 a.m. The Barnes & Noble right near my apartment opens at 9 a.m. So I could literally just pop over there. I think I literally just might like grab a couple books and then decide which one I'm in the mood for, or like kind of look at them, see how I'm feeling about them, and then we'll see. And then we'll see if I can fix this. I feel so, I don't even know, like this is such a mess. I'm so sorry, but I'm powering through. I'm powering through. Okay. We are back home. I think I look positively insane. Just truly insane. I wish I could keep my hair in braids, but I'm gonna need to take these out when I shower, which I'm going to do in a couple minutes after I update you guys with this clip. But it's 1:11 p.m. on Tuesday. I went to Barnes & Noble, as you saw, as I said I was gonna do. I went to Barnes & Noble, I picked up a stack of books. It doesn't really matter, all of them. I kind of thought I would maybe go with Flawless, but I picked it up, read nothing basically, and then I was like, I don't want to read this. And then I picked up The Housemaid, and I didn't even think about The Housemaid once. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so it definitely was like an option for me throughout this whole thing, but I did not think about it. But it also makes sense anyway. It makes sense anyway. Jesus. I picked up The Housemaid because obviously like that's so popular now, and there's so many copies at the bookstores. I was gonna say the library, but at Barnes & Noble. And I walked over in like the thriller section and I saw it and I was like, wait, that could be good. I grabbed it and then I picked it up. I read that boy in one sitting. Like, I literally did not get up. I also was motivated by the fact that I realized I would probably finish it at 1 and I wanted to at least finish another book before 1 p.m. So I finished 2 books in the span of 24 hours. So technically those 24 hours, like that span is like done. I kind of still want to like let the timer run until 24 hours and actually turn it on and off like while I'm reading, and then see how many more books I can complete, because I completed 2 books. Granted, they were extremely easy, fast-paced reads. So I read The Housemaid. I literally sat down, read the whole thing in one sitting, and yeah, that I get it. I get why that book popped off, because it is just, I'm not even gonna, like, it's not high literature or anything like that, but it is so entertaining. And you're literally, the beginning of the book, you are literally like, you cannot put it down, because you're like, I have no idea what's happening right now. And it's not even that you have no idea what's happening right now, but it's like, what is going to happen? Like, what is happening? I really enjoyed it. I give it 4 stars, and it was just really fun. And there is a sequel, and there's another book coming out, I guess, like this year soon, and I want to read this sequel because of the way that it ends. So I'm so curious to see like where the story goes, but I had a blast with it. It was exactly what I needed. If I had it, bro, I would have been done with 2 books in the span of like 8 hours. Probably around 8 hours. Like, hello. I'm gonna get my life back together because I feel insane. Reading in a different location, I knew that it would like really like refresh my mind, but oh, it's great. It is wonderful, and I need that right now. I also just like, I think I just need to get out of the house. I need to be out of the house today, because yesterday being cooped up in here the whole day, it did something to me. It messed me up quite severely. So anyway, that is my update, and I will become a person again. Okay.